Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because, wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack.
Why are you being like 20 minutes cute to maybe miss the flight? What fresh hell?
Laughing in the face of motherhood. A manatee is the one I think I could fight. You could fight a manatee. Don't listen to your husband. With Margaret Abels
and Amy Wilson. I have 60 mugs. I don't know why I have them. A podcast that solves today's parenting dilemmas
so you don't have to. We love the personal confidence, but it has its downsides. Hello, everyone, and welcome to What Fresh Hell, Laughing in the Face of Motherhood. This is Margaret.
And this is Amy, and today we settle your arguments.
We're here, judge and jury. We are going to decide who's right. And let me tell you, these are small, insignificant arguments, and a lot of them are really crazy, and I have very strong thoughts on them.
But first, we have a mailbag. We settle your argument.
Oh, yes. Wait a minute. Time for mailbag. Wait. Check the mailbag.
This week's mailbag is from Allison, who wrote in over email to say, "Hi, Amy and Margaret. Your podcast is my go-to commute podcast." She absolutely loves it. "I was recently listening to the episode," says Allison, "where you were talking about the largest animal you could fight and how most men say they can fight a wolf. I asked my husband this question, and it got us into a heated debate, not because he thinks he can fight a wolf, but because he doesn't think I can fight anything. I floated many options, and each one he had a reason why I would lose. Manatee? It would drown me. Seal? It would slap me and then sit on me. Deer, its hooves are sharp. So apparently my husband thinks I can only successfully win a fight against a squirrel. What do you think?"
I mean, there's so many problems here. First of all, I hate to have to agree with him. I don't think you could fight a deer. I just was watching someone on TikTok fight a deer. It was a man. Deer are very mean, and especially the ones with horns. It was kicking this guy's butt. I think a deer would be really hard to fight.
Wouldn't it just stand there? I thought it would just, if you're scary enough, it'll freeze, but you're not that scary.
Well, we have deer in our backyard. And at one point, my son kind of jokingly was like, "Yo, deer," and he stuck his chest out, and it activated some fight instinct in the deer, and the deer like lowered its horns to attack my son. And I was like, "You better run and don't get in fights with deer. That's the rule." And my son's like, 5 foot tall. So I was like, "Oh, that deer is about to really pound you. Do not fight a deer."
You learn something every day, and that's what I learned today.
I believe a manatee is docile and would not drown you, but a seal seems very mean to me, and I think don't seal have teeth? I don't know. I feel a seal would be hard to fight. They're very slippery, if you've ever touched one.
I've been on a beach with a seal. You don't know this about me. I was on a beach in Hawaii once, and there was a seal, and we were, and like many people were standing around just kind of watching the seal, and then like some jerk thought it would be cute to get a little close, and the seal sat up and just was like, "No, just do that."
Yeah, they have a scary bark, and I believe walrus seals have killed people. I don't want you to try to fight a seal. A manatee is the one I think I could fight. You could fight a manatee. Don't listen to your husband.
Amanda, you could fight. Yeah, he's wrong. You're right. You could win a fight with a manatee.
Have I mentioned the follow-up that I have to this that I saw an article with the funniest title ever? And it is something like 75% of American men think they could land a plane if called on to do so, experts disagree. And it's like, it's just amazing. God bless the men. They're like, I've got a tremendous amount of personal confidence. And I've said this, I see it in my son, and I'm constantly working against it. He will pick up a lacrosse stick. His sister plays lacrosse. He caught, like, I would say 2 out of 10 tosses with the lacrosse ball and announced, I'm amazing at lacrosse, and walked back inside. We love the personal confidence, but it has its downside.
We are here to correct that instinct in other people and applaud it in you, the listener, most of the time, unless you're wrong, and then we'll say that your parenting partner is wrong. But yeah,
I feel like today, I hate to tell you, having previewed this content, I think a lot of our listeners might be insane.
All right.
And I might have to tell them so.
We asked on our page and group for an upcoming episode, tell us your most long-standing, totally low-stakes disagreement with your spouse or parenting partner. Like the number one example is which way the toilet paper should unroll, or like should ketchup go in the refrigerator, things like that. And we promise to adjudicate. Let's get started. All right. Renee wants to know what color of clothing is suitable for the dark load of washing. I guess like how dark does dark have to be? Her spouse says anything but white goes in dark. She says now my pale pink pajamas have a gray tint because pale pink goes with the whites. Who's right?
I'm ready to have a national conversation on this topic because I find myself quite confused by it.
I'm going to say it's brights and darks, and then lights and whites can go together. That Renee's right.
Okay, I agree with you. I believe you're correct. But how much white? Talk to me about a white t-shirt with dark navy stripes.
Oh,
I get so confused then.
That's a lot of ways you can go.
Who wins the argument? I don't know.
In a garment that has light and dark, the light wins. It's like blue eyes, brown eyes, I'm going to say. Like a little bit of light makes it a light garment, but not if it's new. You better just watch a brand new white and navy blue striped t-shirt. Just wash that by itself. Just waste a whole load of laundry because I don't know.
Does the logo count? Now I've got kids with 1 million white t-shirts with a logo.
Those don't count.
At all.
They don't. You can disregard anything logoed, silkscreened, or ironed onto it. I'm going to say it has to actually be dyed.
I feel an iron-on, yes, but if it's a material logo, then what are we doing?
Look, when in doubt, just wash each thing one at a time.
That's horrible advice, and I will not accept
never mind.
it. No, I reject that advice outright.
But Renee's husband's wrong. You don't put pale pink pajamas in with darks. Sorry about your pajamas.
Definitely there is a line that you're right. Brights and darks, and then pales and whites. You're absolutely right. Mm-hmm. But I feel there is a middle ground that is extremely confusing, and I don't know what to do with them.
Megan wants to know whether it is acceptable to eat ramen noodles raw. She says no. Her husband actually encourages her kids to do it. I do not get why, says Megan.
It is 100% acceptable. I was just extolling the joys of eating raw noodles to my own children, and my husband was appalled by me. But didn't you eat raw spaghetti growing up? Like just sit around and snack on it?
No. I mean, I can see with ramen, like I'm so hungry and the water's still boiling and I might like break off like a little like mousy corner to nibble on, but I'm not going to like chow on it like a giant frosted mini wheat. Is that what you do? Like...
Oh, yeah. Like picture like a farmer with like a piece of wheat between the teeth. Every once in a while, I would just pull out a couple strands of spaghetti and just eat them raw.
But you're not like munching your way through the whole like sponge of ramen noodle, or are you?
I would.
What stops you?
And I would have no problem with it. But I don't really want that anymore, but I understand the amazingness of it for children. I do not believe, doctors come at me if I'm wrong. I'm always willing to listen, but I don't understand why you would. This is a watch your no for me. Like, what's the problem of eating the sponge of ramen?
Well, what Megan's, I think, saying is like, should it be an encouraged behavior? This is what she doesn't understand. Like, I can understand, like, yeah, throw a couple in, but don't like say like, hey, everybody, let's eat ramen noodles like this. I mean, I think that is a little strange.
I'm team, I don't care, I guess. I guess, yes, you're right. Like, encourage? Why are we even talking to our kids this much? I don't understand it. But I'm a 0 vote on this. I'm a Switzerland.
Oh, Jeanette, this is one I can really help you with this, Jeanette, because it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. I have a fix for you. Jeanette says, no matter how many times I explain that anything tomato-based stains Tupperware and therefore has to go in a glass container, my husband continues to put tomato sauce in plastic Tupperware. Who's right? She's not really asking who's right. She's saying, please tell him to stop doing this. But Jeanette, I have a fix for you. I've talked about this before. If you want to get tomato sauce or anything off a plastic Tupperware, it's kind of stained, you get some paper towels and you make them like nice and soapy and soggy, like wet with dish soap, and you put them in the Tupperware and you shake it up. You just shake it like you're shaking like a salad to get dressing on it or something.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture, as the song says.
You shake it something like a Polaroid picture would be shaken. Oldilocks alert. Back in my day.
Is that really an Oldilocks? I guess that song is from I thought it was from the 2010s. Is it from the 90s?
No. The song is 20 years old. The song is 20 years old. Polaroid pictures that you have to shake are like 50 years old.
But I'm only referencing the song. And I did read an article at the time that the song came out. Polaroid released a statement that said, we do not encourage you to shake Polaroid pictures.
Well, I do encourage you to shake a tomato sauce stained Tupperware with a soggy, soapy paper towel because it makes it like new. I don't know why 10 times through the dishwasher it doesn't work and this does, but like the paper towel turns a little orangey and their Tupperware looks perfect. So, Jeanette.
I got to try this. I mean, this is one of those things I would see it on TV and be like, it's a scam. Don't believe it. You're saying it works.
I think I saw it on TikTok. It totally works.
I find Tupperware with tomato stains so gross. Like, I don't know why.
It's sad.
You know how certain things just give you the big ick and other things don't? Like a glass with hard water stains doesn't really bother me, or like a line stain, where you can see where the drink was in it. Gross. Even a glass with lipstick stains. I'm sending it back at a restaurant, but it's not like, I'm super grossed out by that. I kind of feel like I understand. But tomato Tupperware to me is just the grossest.
Okay. Well, I think you've learned something today now. So take that home with you. That's a free gift from this episode.
Let's talk about the thermostat. Emily says one of us is for being frugal and toughing it out and being uncomfortable, and the other gets super cranky and sneakily changes it. I don't know who Emily is in this scenario, but I am team warm wife, happy life. I mean, I will make my husband miserable. I will sit at the dinner table and loudly be like, I'm sorry that daddy doesn't love us enough to let us make it warm in here, and that he thinks that our freezing hands are acceptable. Like, I believe that I am not team put on a sweater. I was raised in a put on a sweater household, and I am team warmth is worth it.
I want to know, what kind of heat do you have in your house? Like, is it forced air? Is it like baseboard?
Now time to have the, I don't know, conversation. And do I look at the heat bills? No. Might I have a different feeling if I looked at the electricity bills? We have a boiler? Oil heat? I know somebody delivers oil to my house.
Okay. All right. So you probably don't have this forced heat. So I have forced heat, which is like when you're sitting in the car and you put on the heat and it's like, and it comes out at you like hot and it feels nice for 45 seconds and then kind of gross after that. I have like HVAC heat in my apartment that blows hot air and it just feels kind of gross. And so we all let it get pretty cold. Like, I'll put on 2 sweaters before I put the forced air heat on because I hate the way it feels. But if I was like toasty radiators, then I like it warm.
I'm a very high maintenance person with my temperature. And I like to be warm. And I do get both very hot and very cold a lot of the time. And I have come to accept that if we based the heat and coldness only on my own temperature. I also now have a family member who is in their older years and declares it to be cold all the time. And it's not. And so I have tried to accept that if we only set the temperature around my needs, we would have a heating bill that was insane.
What's your bedroom temperature at night?
So I like to sleep at 55 degrees and I like to exist at 78 degrees.
Literally
so that's
55?
part of the problem. I now will sleep when it's 20 degrees outside with the window open. I now sleep very, very hot. And so
familiar with that.
I realize that I'm the problem. We were recently visiting family in Texas for holidays. And thank God it was in the 40s at night, so I could just sleep with the window open, because when we visit in the summer, everybody wakes up complaining about how cold they were. And it's because I want the air conditioner blowing at 55 and it's 110 degrees outside. So like I can't get cold enough to sleep when I'm there.
Boy, you are high maintenance.
I am
super cool to sleep and like
wow.
balmy during the day.
You need to call my husband and say that out loud, because he will feel so validated.
Like, I knew I was right.
But guilty as charged. I am high maintenance.
I'm adjudicating and I have rendered my verdict, and that's the way it is.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. And we'll be right back.
Hellions, it's time for some spring cleaning, and I don't just mean the coat closets. Doing your financial spring cleaning can actually be super easy when you let Monarch do your financial spring cleaning for you. One dashboard that gets your entire financial life organized. No more clutter, no more mess, no more logins scattered everywhere, just accounts, investments, property, and more, all in one place. Get your first year of Monarch for half off, just $50 with promo code FRESH. Monarch allows you to look not only at what you've already spent, but also to plan for the future. With Monarch, you can set savings goals, plan for big purchases, and notice spending trends before they become a problem. I can generate cash flow reports that show me what we spent this quarter, this month, what we're probably going to spend next month, and feel prepared, organized, and knowing how to plan for the future. No more surprises and a lot more clarity. Try Monarch. Use code FRESH at monarch.com to get your first year half off at just $50. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code FRESH.
Amy, when I'm having a good hair day, it usually makes my whole day better. And that's why on every day, I'm taking Nutrafol.
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand. And it's the #1 hair growth supplement brand personally used by dermatologists. Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are peer-reviewed, NSF certified for sport, and clinically tested.
Nutrafol offers multiple formulas for men and women, tailored to different life stages and lifestyle factors, so you get support that's actually right for you. Adding Nutrafol to your daily routine is easy. Order online, no prescription needed, with automated deliveries and free shipping to keep you on track.
Let your hair be one less thing to worry about. See visibly thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol.
For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code LAUGHING.
That's Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code LAUGHING.
You know that thing where you get an amazing pair of shoes at a really great price and want to tell everyone about it? Yeah, so do we. Here at Designer Shoe Warehouse, we'll give you something to brag about, like the latest styles from brands you love, or the trends everyone's obsessing over, or shoes that make you feel like, well, you. So go ahead, show off a little. Find shoes that get you at prices that get your budget. Head to your DSW store or DSW.com today. DSW, let us surprise you.
Amy, let's talk about the shoe pile, because I know this is something you deal with in your house. Kristen says shoes, if they get worn even once a week, they must stay out in plain sight near the doorway.
Okay. So what's the other side of this? They have to get put away?
I think that shoes belong in your room, like under your bed or out of the way.
We have in my house, we have a big, like, leather tub kind of thing, a decorative basket, if you will, but it's bigger than that. I mean, it's like the size of a wash tub, and we stick it under the table in our hallway, and shoes just go in there. I mean, I don't want to look at shoes all over the floor, so I throw them in that basket, and if there's shoes you wear regularly or wore pretty recently, you know where they are. They're in that like tub of shoes.
So I think that the debate comes down to this: shoes in your room or shoes by the front door. So you live in New York City, you're a shoe-free house. So there have to be shoes by your front door.
All the time in this like leather tub thing. Yeah. We have a place to put them. They're not, if it's raining or whatever, they're like lined up. But other than that, they're like in this thing and you have to kind of dig through them before you leave. Unless you just like came home and you're leaving in 20 minutes.
Right. So I grew up in a house where you kept your shoes on. And so unless you were wearing a pair of snow boots or like mud boots, unless there was a weather related shoe on your foot that came out and went in the closet by the front door, you were wearing your shoes. But now I live in a house where there's a although we wear shoes in the house, the shoes are still by the front door generally. And we've had to implement a locker front door shoe system.
Yeah, so I guess this is how often do shoes have to get put away? I'm wondering what's the thing they're fighting about here. If they get worn even once a week, they have to stay out in plain sight. I guess I'm supposed to read into that sarcasm. No, they can't get put away in your closet ever. They have to stay out in the middle of the house, even if you last wore them a week ago.
Right. But I have come to accept that once you have children, there has to be a shoe receptacle near the front door, basically. That is the only way to operate with any sanity, although I was not raised this way. Your shoes were in your room. And so, yes, there was a lot of running back for shoes or running upstairs to change shoes.
Kristen also says old shoes never get thrown out because they are good for yard work. This sounds like my husband. My husband loves what he calls knocking around clothes. That's what he calls them.
Yes, I love this expression of his.
Knocking around clothes. And so he will keep, not anymore, because this was the thing that I have, beaten out of him, but that you don't need to keep 20 to 30 knocking around T-shirts to paint the house in. We don't paint the house, and you need one. You don't need dozens and dozens. So, Kristen, I might take the other side of that. Old shoes never get thrown out. They do if you have a pair of old shoes you're already keeping around for yard work. You only need one just in case I'm painting a pair of shoes at a time, don't you?
Yeah, I find myself on the other side of this too, in that my kids, now that they're teenagers, they're much more into their shoes presenting a certain message and being from a certain athlete at the right time. Now they want, $150 pairs of shoes.
Yeah, your shoes tell a story. Mm-hmm.
That's a different debate. But when they were littler, it would be the bottom of the shoe was like a mouth where it was the tongue was lolling out of it, and they would trip over the flapping bottom of their shoe and insist that their shoes were fine. I'm no, that shoe is an ER visit waiting to happen. You can't wear it anymore. And they're oh, it's fine. And now one of my children likes to wear Converse. I think this is part of a look that are disintegrating and then have laces that are untied and dragging 3 feet behind them. And on a trip to the mall the other day, I suggested that this was an escalator hazard, that they would in fact be eaten by the escalator when their rotting Converse with the long laces were swallowed partly by the escalator. And they were not interested in that feedback.
They weren't there for that message. Have you ever seen Golden Goose sneakers?
Don't even know what they are.
I had to have this explained to me that another mom said to me, oh, look at her with her Golden Goose sneakers. And I went home and looked it up. They're a brand. The moment is slightly past now. But these shoes cost $500-$600 for a pair of Golden Goose sneakers, and they are beaten up.
Never tell anyone in my life about these
They're
shoes.
Beaten up on purpose. They're super scuffed. And of course, you don't tie the laces, and the laces are dragging. Your child is working at least their own version at much less cost. You can just wear beaten up shoes and now know that you're making a very expensive fashion statement, if you want to think of it that way.
Well, my parents used to joke, and the older uncles and grandparents, did you have to pay extra for the holes in your pants? And that was considered a hilarious joke. And
pretty
now
good joke.
I just went jean shopping with my child, and you literally have to pay extra for the holes in the pants.
There are jeans with so many holes in them, there's just enough denim to hold together the holes.
You buy jeans, exactly, that are more holes than jeans.
By Golden Goose, $750. Yeah.
Yeah. I get that distressed denim is sort of a cool look. I definitely, I have a jean skirt that I wear all the time that I really like. And it is, we would call it acid wash back in the day. It looks like you've owned it for a really long time, but it doesn't have active holes in it. And it does feel like paying for the holes is somewhat ridiculous.
Charmaine, this is an interesting one I hadn't really thought about before. Should you move stuff before you put it away? Or should you just put it away? She says, my husband will move items to 5 or 6 different places around the house before finally putting it away. I don't understand this. Why touch the item 5 times more than you need to? Just pick it up once and put it away.
Yeah, this is another debate I have so often with my kids. Hey, get this out of here when their notebook is in the middle of the dining room table where we're about to eat. And they pick it up and they move it to the coffee table. And The phrase, "is that what you thought I meant?" is the way that I deal with this scenario. But like, no, I don't want it moved 4 feet away. I want it moved to the place where it goes.
I have this ongoing one with my spouse, which is like certain things go in the recycling and certain things don't, right? I wish that the salad bag, the bagged salad thing you got at the grocery store went in the plastic recycling. Like it doesn't. It can't be recycled. He feels like it should be recycled. It should be recyclable. And he doesn't want to commit to creating more plastic, I guess. So he puts it in the
There's a term for this that you should teach him. It's called wish cycling.
And then, which creates then work for me, because in order for I'm sure the people at the recycling being what it is, you can't put stuff that isn't fit for recycling in with the recycling, or else they'll just be like, they'll throw that whole bag in. You're just making more barge trash if you keep putting stuff you wish could be recycled, but it can't in the recycling. What do you think about this?
Yeah. Well, recycling people call that wish cycling. Yes. It's a term, and it's a huge recycling problem. Like the stream is constantly interrupted by people wish cycling and
saran wrap or something. Yeah.
This like used tinfoil that is covered in like pizza grease is somehow in here because
it should be.
Feels like it should be recyclable, but it's not. So yes, please stop wish cycling. It does not help anyone.
He wish cycles, and so then I have to like kind of fish around and take it back out.
My husband and I just had this fight. I was like, this is not this weird like wrapper thing. Why is it in here? Oh, that's recyclable. I'm like, it's not. And please stop. Please stop.
Like the ice cream sandwich, like slightly moist, little bit of like chocolate stuck to it. Yeah.
Yeah. A dream is a wish your heart makes, but stop wish cycling. Gina, I have this same problem. Bed sheets. She says he sleeps in our shared bed like a hurricane passed through. Sheets strewn everywhere. I like to sleep in a neat, tight fit. Basically, I want to feel like a burrito. We have to buy 2 separate comforters because it's gotten ridiculous. I have solved this problem on the podcast before. My husband and I have completely different bedding sets. So this is how we sleep. He likes the tight fit. That to me is a nightmare. Like, why don't you just hire someone to like partly strangle me? Like, why don't you just hire a boa constrictor to partly strangle me? It would be just as relaxing. Like, who could sleep in a bed that was made? It's horrifying. But my husband, that's the only way he can sleep. So our sleep arrangement is I sleep on top of the bed sheet. We're both on top of the fitted sheet. I sleep on top of the bed sheet and he gets inside of it. So we're basically like completely safe from each other. Like he's tucked in, but I'm on top of my side of it.
So he's lying under the flat sheet and you're lying on top of the flat sheet.
Correct. And then 2 completely separate comforter systems because I need to be in a burrito.
I haven't even discussed this with you. We are trying the Abel's system in our house.
Good luck to you. I can never go back.
Because I'm the lightest sleeper on the planet and my husband is a rotisserie chicken. He just never stops moving. And if we're on like a pretty firm mattress where I'm not feeling that movement, it's okay. But if he's tugging on the blankets, yeah, I'm up over and over again. I mean, through no fault of his own, he's asleep, but he's tugging on the blankets. And so, yes, we've tried this. It's kind of working. You and I are agreeing on this.
I feel it's the only solution. I mean, I also got married in my 30s and hadn't lived with the man before. And it was a shocking revelation how annoying it is. And let me tell you, I just go with separate systems. And I banned my husband from wearing, he's from Texas, I banned him from wearing cowboy boots in the house because I truly was like, how can a human being make that much noise when you walk? It's ridiculous.
So you're a shoes on household, except for anything weather related and anything cowboy related has to stay by the front door.
Well, he's banned from wearing any heavy soled shoes because he can't be trusted.
Yes.
It's like living with Bigfoot. I mean, it's insane.
I support that. You're right.
And one of our children has inherited his Bigfoot ways, and he's a very growing boy, and like a baby giraffe has not gotten used to the length of his limbs. But I mean, the amount of noise he makes, and we sleep downstairs and his bedroom is above us, and it's ridiculous. It's like, how can that be a human making that much noise? It doesn't seem possible to me.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we have a whole important category. All my kids learned to swim when they were little. It was super important to me that they be confident and safe in the water. There was only one problem with that. taking them to swim lessons. I mean, the pools were freezing. There were always cranky adults doing laps right there. And it was definitely not, for any of us, what you would call fun.
Amy, heard. But now there's Goldfish Swim School. Goldfish takes a really thoughtful approach to swim lessons, combining research-based teaching with a warm, kid-friendly environment that actually helps kids thrive in the water.
Every detail at Goldfish is thoughtfully designed to create a golden experience, from shiver-free, warm indoor pools to comfy waiting areas for parents to professionally trained lifeguards on deck.
Goldfish uses an approach called the science of swim play, which combines guided play with proven teaching techniques to help kids learn to swim, build water safety skills, and gain confidence, all at their own pace. Lessons are designed to meet kids exactly where they're at.
If you've been thinking about swim lessons or just wondering where to start, this is a great opportunity. Right now, Goldfish Swim School is offering a waived membership plus your child's first lesson free at participating locations.
Just visit goldfishswimschool.com/free to find a location near you and enroll using promo code FREE.
That's goldfishswimschool.com/free, promo code FREE. My favorite skincare products actually feel more like self-care, like they're so nice to put on and they smell so good that I'm actually happy when I get to that part of my day. And I swear that is how I feel about Osea's anti-aging body balm.
Amy, you are usually the lotions and potions queen on this podcast, but I have to say, hard agree.
Osea's anti-aging body balm is a liquid silk body balm that combines the lasting hydration of a lotion with the firming power of a serum, leaving skin smoother and firmer.
This body balm is clinically tested and designed to deliver visible results you can see and feel.
So we've gotten to use this product for a couple of months now, and I swear I have really noticed firmer and smoother skin, like on the back of my hands. It's like getting a mini spa treatment from head to toe.
Get a spring-worthy glow with clean, clinically tested skincare from Osea. And right now, we have a special discount just for our listeners.
Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code FRESH at OseaMalibu.com.
That's 10% off your first order with code FRESH at OSEAMalibu.com. And now, what we say about our spouses versus what we mean about our spouses.
From the What Fresh Hell podcast.
We say,
they are always surprising me.
We mean,
they left a single dirty sock in the downstairs bathroom sink yesterday. I mean, how does that even happen? Where's the other one? What is wrong with this man? We say,
he loves to do a deep dive into things.
We mean,
my man has a lot to say about the Rams cornerback's performance for a guy who hurt his back the other day trying to grab a beer out of the back of the fridge. We say,
he's so smart.
We mean,
it's interesting that a guy who graduated magna cum laude can't figure out which shelf the pasta pots go back on. We say,
I'm still trying to recover from a deep marital betrayal.
We mean,
my spouse watched an episode of our show without me. We say,
he is so passionate.
We mean,
his passions include talking about fantasy football, thinking about exercising without exercise, and leaving cabinets open. We say,
I love the guy.
We mean,
he is by far my favorite person to watch TV next to while scrolling my phone, and hopefully always will be.
This has been What We Say About Our Spouses versus What We Mean About Our Spouses.
From the What Fresh Hell podcast.
Heather has a question about laundry, which is really its whole own section. There's a lot to fight about laundry. Heather says that she did a whole Facebook poll on this to settle this. We don't have the results. I wish we did, because here's the question. Does it matter if you fold your clothing inside out or not? Heather's husband says, fold them however they come out of the dryer. Heather says, that's insane. You have to make everything right side out before you fold it.
Heather, you're 1,000% correct. I couldn't sleep at night knowing there was clothing folded inside out in my drawers.
I have definitely folded clothes inside out after repeatedly saying don't, like everything comes off inside out, like every sock, everything goes inside out. Like I'm not going to turn every single article of your clothing right side out and fold it for you. So if you're not going to, they could fold the clothes. But yeah, I've also folded 18 inside out t-shirts inside out. Like, fine, you fix it when you go to put it on.
Well, to be clear, I had 5 or 6 years where we stopped folding the kids' clothes. I just gave up. And we talked about it on the podcast and I thought, oh, that's right, I could just stop doing that. And I just let my kids' drawers be full of wadded up t-shirts. Like, why am I going and folding them all and like they could be displayed at a Gap store and then they rifle through them 10 seconds later when they're like 6, 7, 8, 9? Why am I participating in this process at all? Which is insane.
I feel like it's a good like back to one every 6 months, right? Get the drawers with their participation, get the drawers looking nice, see like how nice it is to see everything, and then they go to seed and then you do it on the next, rainy afternoon once in a while because you got to get rid of the stuff that's stained or doesn't fit them anymore. So you're doing all that at once.
Yeah. My husband is an engineer and he's a really precise folder. And I am much less of a precise folder. Like he could definitely open a clothing store and he doesn't even have like the cardboard thing that folds it. He's just an incredible immaculate folder. So I leave his clothes for him to fold. So I'll fold everybody's clothes and then leave his in a pile because he likes his shirts folded just so.
That's like the reverse of what you usually hear. Like he likes his things a certain way. So you really like, you can't help him because he likes it. Like it's actually true. He likes his clothes folded a certain way and it's really just better if he does it.
I guess. And I just feel like even if that's not true, I fold enough laundry. You can fold your own.
Just to be clear, Heather, if it's my own clothes and it's coming out of the dryer and I am folding my own clothes that I washed and dried and I'm now folding, I will turn everything right side out before I fold it. But if it's like 18 inside out shirts from one of my kids, some of those are probably going to get folded up inside out. Your problem.
It's so funny how certain things bother you. I don't care at all about balled up t-shirts instead of folding them. But the idea of folding inside out clothes makes my teeth itchy. Like, why does that bother me? I don't know.
It just takes twice as long, right? So I'm going to make them so they're not like wet and wrinkly and they'll like not be, they'll not have the wrinkles of 1,000 years and then when you put them on, but you might have to turn it inside out.
Let's talk about degree of cleanliness when it comes to clothing. Emily says clothes have a degree of cleanliness. So her husband has a pile of clean enough to wear again clothes on the floor by the bed in front of the closet.
She says on the floor by our bed and the floor of his closet.
On the floor by the bed and by the closet. And she argues if you leave it on the floor, it's dirty, period. If it's clean enough to wear it again, it belongs back with the clean clothes.
Emily, you're half right. If it's on the floor, it's dirty. That's laundry. If it's clean enough to wear again, it needs to go on any surface that isn't the floor. It can be thrown across the bottom of the bed, any bench, any chair, a dresser. That counts as I might wear this again and it's clean, but I don't feel like hanging it up. That counts. But if it's on the floor, it goes in the hamper.
Oh, yeah. That's a very good distinction. I have the opposite problem with my children, which is that I'm constantly washing clothes that I know have never been worn because they throw stuff on their floor. And then I'm like washing clothes that literally has tags on it. And it's so funny. I can so hear my mother, and I know this used to drive her crazy. And yeah, it's just washing clean clothes. It's the bane of my existence.
But I don't agree, Emily, that if it's clean enough to wear again, that it has to be hung back up in the closet. I am the monster in this way. I will get like a week's worth of clothes that I washed. If I'm like home doing nothing, I might put the same sweater back on the next day. So why am I going to hang it up? But I will get a nice pile going on at the bottom of my bed that then has to be organized.
Solve for a different Emily. Coffee cups going away. Does the handle face the cabinet door or the back of the cupboard?
Obviously the cabinet door, so that you reach in and you pick it up by the handle. It's a handle. That's what it's for.
But how can you see which Mary logo you want to drink from?
We can't do it if he does it either, because he's definitely wrong, because he's turning the handle to the back. It's like he's rotating at 180 so the handle faces away from the door, so you can neither grab the handle nor see what's on the front of the mug. You need to turn it like 90%. I can see doing a 90.
I feel strongly the handle is not involved in this decision. It's logo out. So if I want to choose...
So you can pick the logo you want. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like my podcast mug, oh, there's that one. But if I want to choose my LA Book Fair mug, there's that one.
I allow that. Right. The handle is to the left as you're facing the mug, and the logo is looking at you when you open the cabinet.
Don't care about left or right, but otherwise I agree with you that like
we'll probably write then the logo is facing back unless they put the mug logo on backwards. Or it has two logos.
Opening up a cabinet and seeing a bunch of handles facing me would be terrible. I hate that idea.
Only if you don't. I mean, some of us have like one kind of mug that don't have logos and whatever. Like, I wish I lived in that world, but I have way too many mugs. I have knocking around mugs. I have mugs, right? Like I have 60 mugs.
Yeah, no more mugs.
I don't know why I have them. But I am with you. I want to see the logo. I definitely don't want the handle towards the back of the cabinet so that I can't see which mug I want or grab the handle. That's definitely wrong.
That was a laundry departure. We're back to laundry. I miscategorized that answer, but...
Oh, okay. Back to laundry. Okay.
Laundry lint trap. Halston says, my husband thinks the person putting clothes into the dryer should change the lint trap. I think it's the responsibility of the person who took the clothes out of the dryer. So it's completely ready to go for the next use. I'm right, and I hate to say it. I don't believe you're correct.
I think Halston should be right, and she isn't right.
I feel strongly that the lint trap, you deal with the lint trap when on the way in. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a dryer that actually, you open the drawer and it says like put clothes in, as if you didn't know that was the first thing you needed to do. It says put clothes in, and then it changes to clean lint trap. So my dryer thinks it's an on the way in job. I just think it is in practical use. I don't know anybody who. It's like the thing on toilets at the airport, the plastic thing. Like, are you supposed to use it before or after? I always just kind of press it both times because I'm not really sure that we're all in agreement about you get up and then you press it for the next person. No. So I'm going to press it before, but then in case the next person, yeah. So I waste twice as much plastic as probably I'm supposed to. Halston, you should be right, but you're wrong, is what I'm saying.
Amy, what time do you arrive at the airport? Are you arrive as they're boarding to the gate or arrive an hour before boarding starts?
Oh my God. There's one right answer. And it's like, why are you being like 20 minutes cute to maybe miss the flight, particularly when you're traveling with kids or you have to check a bag? My husband, who loves to arrive at the last second, just missed being able to check a bag because he didn't get there. He forgot he was checking a bag. He was bringing more stuff than he usually does. And he didn't, he likes to leave with absolutely no wiggle room, and he was not able to travel because he got there too late to check his bags.
I know the correct answer to this. I think it's very specific. Work travel, arrive at the gate as the plane is boarding. Family travel, especially for like events or vacations, 1 hour in advance.
I don't need to get there 3 hours before the flight. I'm really not. But it's funny, like if you're the person who like arrive as your group is boarding and any sooner than, the joke's on you, then you think somebody who wants to get to the airport 60 minutes before the flight is a joker. You know what I mean? Like I think I want to arrive at the reasonable time before the flight. And my husband thinks he has time to like jump in the shower real quick and then leave for the airport and get there 20 minutes before the flight.
I'm fine with that for work travel or travel that it's like, if I miss it, I'll just get the next flight. Like if I'm going, New York to Chicago, there's 96 flights a day. But when we're traveling now for holidays or anything else, we missed a Christmas flight home. And it was totally the airline's fault. We actually got there like an hour and a half beforehand, and then the machines were all broken, and then we got to the front.
Right,
and like,
that stuff happened.
They were like, oh, you can't check. You missed the window. I'm like, no, you missed the window. How dare you? This had nothing to do with me. But when I'm ready to be on vacation, I'm ready to be on vacation. My husband and I are going on vacation next month. It's our first vacation in like a long time. I want to get there 3 hours early. Like I'll sit and read my book, but I'm not missing that flight,
Our friend Marinka calls it the airport upper hand, that she missed a flight. She was traveling with her boyfriend once, and she likes to get there, very early. And anyway, they missed the flight. And she was like, she said, I've never been happier in my life because I have now eternal airport upper hand. I was right.
That's it. The flight, we got there and it was the problem. They could go through, but I had to stay behind with all the checked bags, and they flew off for like Christmas or Thanksgiving or something. And I was like, I'm stuck at JFK for 24 hours. And now whenever there's a debate about when to leave, I'm like, as the victimized party, I will decide.
It's a terrible price to pay, but at least you have eternal airport upper hand.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Worth it in its own way. Friends, we have so many more minor disputes, and they need to be resolved.
Minor.
I mean, we can't leave the people here hanging. We will be doing a part 2 of We Settle Your Arguments. Look forward to that. So many more petty yet insane arguments for us to decide.
This is important work that we do, and I'm really proud to be to have this platform to help everybody.
It's
with
our
these
gift
things.
to the people. Let's be honest, Amy. And with that, friends, have you rated and reviewed the podcast? Please do so.
Oh my gosh. Yes, we're so close to 1,000 reviews on Apple Podcast, which sounds totally arbitrary, and it is, but it like puts you in a land of super cool podcasts that brands are really into to see that your show has at least 1,000 ratings and reviews. So yes, rate and review us wherever you listen. You can just leave a couple stars. You don't have to type anything if you don't want to. It would really help our show.
And with that, friends, thanks so much for listening. We'll talk to you next time.
So long.